my record button. There you go. And then let me pull up a screen here, a browser window. And we're gonna start. We're gonna start the demo with the Marblehead Rotary Club only because I actually have editing rights on that club website, so I can show you a few things here. And then we can dive into the Amesbury website and maybe make a few changes if one of you wants to screen share your content in the next phase, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okie dokie. Let me just put stuff on the screen here. Okay, so as you know, when you are on your club website in ClubRunner, you have this member login button here in the top right corner. And that asks you, it wants to get my password, but okay, give me 1 second. I use a password manager so that I don't have to type my passwords. There we go. And once you logged in into your club website, you have this button here for member area. And that is how you get to the ClubRunner back office interface. And here is where you can now make changes to your website. And I'm going to show you 3 different things that you can change on your website and how to make those changes. And then we can, after this generic demo, go into more clear details based on questions you may have about the Amesbury website. So we'll start here, first of all, by going to the classic version of the admin interface. They have this new fancy colored administrative interface that is very nice if you are a newbie, but I don't know where anything is hidden. So I'm going to switch to the classic tab, which has this list of various functions, and that's what I like to use when I work with the admin interface. So the first thing that I often get is the question of where do I change the meeting date, right? And so if I go to Club Info and Settings, that is where I can change that information. And this is then automatically displayed on the home page. Maybe I'll open a second window here where we'll just open the home page so you see what that looks like, right? So we have in this website design, we have the club information right up here on top. And you can edit that right here. So you can edit the meeting date time by just clicking this edit button, and you can say, okay, we're really meeting at, I don't know, Friday, and now it's 6 a.m. And then you can have a description text. For example, if your meeting is not happening on the same day each week, and you have a different schedule, you can just describe that here and say it's the, I don't know, first Friday in person, all other Fridays online. And you then have the option to put in your meeting location. And if you are meeting online, you can simply click the online checkbox and then put in your meeting URL for a Zoom link. The cool thing about this is that when you are on the club website as a visitor, you won't see the Zoom link. Only people who log in as a member will see that Zoom link. So you avoid Zoom bombers that way. And you can even have an online and normal location both entered, and then just describe in here what dates you're doing online and what dates you're doing in person. So that's where you added all of that. I'm going to just hit cancel here because I don't want to mess up our website. That is the meeting information portion of the homepage that you can enter here.
Alex, a question.
Of course.
We meet normally on Thursdays, except for one specific, except for the first meeting of the month,
Mhm.
which is at a different website and time.
Yep. You would just need to describe that in the comments here.
Okay, so we would the predominant one goes into club details.
The predominant one you enter here, Thursday at whatever time it is, and then in the comments you describe the exception.
Okay, all right, got it.
That's the way to do it. Okay, so this is the portion about the meeting location on the homepage that you can edit this way. Everything else about the website is edited under the website tab. And here's where it gets interesting. There is a website tab, and then there's a new website tab here in the interface. And both of those have different options here on the second tier. The new website I use most of the times when I'm changing the layout and design of a website. Whereas if I'm just changing content, the old interface works much better. So let's just look at the new website beta and look at the homepage designer real quick. This is something you would typically only do once every couple of years, where you completely change the design of your website. And they have this thing here called themes, and you can decide, I really want to have a community theme that's using, I don't know, gray and red as my colors. And now all your buttons change to red, and there's a gray border around it. Or you can say, I really want it in, I don't know, azure and gold. Right? Now you have a new look that has this blue background here and golden buttons. Typically, you don't want to change the visual appearance of your club's website more than once every couple of years. But if it hasn't been refreshed in a long time, this is one very easy way to make it look totally new to people, and people get excited. Oh, it's a new website. And this is all hidden under home page design and then themes. And they have a whole collection of different options. So, I don't know, Millennium, that's also Azure and Gold, but it looks different now. So you can play with that and decide if you want to do it. Obviously, I don't want to make any changes to our websites. I'm going to go back here. So that was on the new website homepage designer. As I said, all the other work I usually do in the main website module. So the next thing that people may want to change is the menu structure. Right? On the homepage on top, you have all these top-level menus, and some of them may have sub-menus, and you can change that by going into website designer, and then click on edit menu. And this gives you all these top options. And in addition, I have two buttons here on the right side, a join us and the for members button. Those are these last two options in the menu. And you simply have the option to make them buttons by, I go to edit here, by clicking on what the link style is. It's either a regular link, a primary button, or a secondary button. So that's how these two options on the right look a little bit different than all the other options in the menu. And if you wanted to add a new menu item, you just click on add menu item. And then you can call it, for example, I don't know, youth exchange. And then you can say this points to a either to a custom web page that you've already created. There's one called Youth Exchange. Fantastic. Let's use that. Or you can point it to a document that people can download, or you can point it either also to a website on another website, a page on another website, for example, a Rotary International page, if you wanted to send people there. I'm going to, of course, click cancel here because I don't want to create a new item in reality in our menu. And furthermore, we actually have Youth Exchange already on the menu. And you can also rearrange things. So if you want to have the calendar not be the first thing, you can simply grab the calendar here by its 3 dots on the left side and drag it down. Whoops. Drag it down and let go here. So now the calendar would appear between Interact and Elder Act, which is also what I don't want to do. So I'm not going to click Publish menu, and then instead I'm going to click Go Back. So that's how you
would
go
you
ahead.
select calendar if you wanted to input particular programs or particular meeting dates and times?
So the calendar function draws all of its information from the event planner module. And that's something that I can show you next. So that information is not on the website, but rather it's under events. And under events, you have the event planner as well as speakers as 2 separate sub options. So let's start with the event planner. This is where Marblehead apparently hasn't been updating their stuff. It's not good. Yeah, there's nothing other than club meetings and board meetings on the calendar. So let's put something on the calendar. I happen to know that we have a huge event coming up, which is Marblehead's Got Talent. And the finals are on February 17. So let's do that. Create new event. And the event is going to be Marblehead's Got Talent Finals. And that's going to be a fundraiser. And it's going to be on February 17. Do we have start time? No.
7.
Let's just say 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Right? And then we can write some description text. We can add an image if we want to. We can put in information about an event chair, which is going to be David Deutsch. And the location is going to be the Cabot in Beverly. And then we hit save. And now we've created this event. And then you can have registrations options or whatever you want. But if I now go back to my homepage and click on calendar, and then go to the month of February, there is Marblehead's Got Talent Finals already on the calendar. So every event you input via the event tab and then event planner automatically shows up on your website calendar. And people can click on it. Whoops, that's not so good. They should be able to click on it and then get more information. Apparently I just broke something. Anyway, normally this is how it should work. But maybe because I did not enter any information, it doesn't like that. Let's see if I have some text I can just copy in here. I'm just going to copy the whole paragraph. Or is it because it didn't put in the address of the Cabot? And the address is 286 Cabot Street. 286 Cabot Street. Okay. Now we have information. And now let's see if that works on the calendar. Yes, see, now it works. So now we have a nice calendar page that shows all the information, even shows the address. And we're good to go on our calendar entry. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you real quick while we are in the event planner is the speakers option. So it's under events and then speakers. This allows you to put in information on whenever you have a guest speaker at an event. And that also automatically shows up on the calendar. At the moment, I don't think we have any of the upcoming speakers listed here. So we have a problem with our club maintenance too, because the last speakers we show here were like in 2020. But let's just look at this one, August 11 of 2020, Phil Rucker. When you have a speaker, you can have a photo of that person. You can have a little information about their talk. You have a speaker name and a topic, and you can put in the time. And if you input that speaker information here, it will automatically show up not just on the calendar, but it will also automatically show up on your homepage on the right sidebar here in the speaker section. At the moment, we don't have any future speakers listed, so it's probably not showing up. But if you enter that information, it automatically populates here. Okay, that was the event module and both event planner and speaker under there. Now let's go back to the website editing and look at putting new content onto the website. The website designer was where we could change the menu. If I click on website and then website content, that is where I can put in stories that appear on the homepage. So everything on the homepage, other than the top information about the president, any larger statements you may have put up here on purpose, everything on the homepage is driven by what ClubRunner simply shows as the club news. And every one of these little news snippets here is what is called a story. And when you want to put a new story up here, what you do is you go to homepage stories. This is the list of the current stories that are shown on the homepage, and then you say create a new story. And so I'm going to put in a story here that is about, I don't know, let's just say we call it ClubRunner website editing training, right? You can have the author of the story show here. So it has this little posted by that person on that date underneath by simply typing the name of a club member. So we're going to say, this is a story posted by our club president, Blair Lord, and we're going to show that. And it was posted today. And then you have the option to put in text for a story brief and the content. What's the difference? The idea here is that the story brief is what actually shows up on the homepage. So it's typically a paragraph and not more. And then if you have a lot more to tell in your story, if it's a lot longer article, you put the rest of the story on the story content. And what then appears on the homepage is that the story brief appears directly on the homepage, and then there's a button that says read more underneath. And when you click on that read more button, you get to a separate page where you see all the rest of the story.
So question on that, does under the story content, does that still start from the beginning? Or does
no,
it just
it's just a continuation. It's just a continuation.
Okay.
If you have a little picture here and a few paragraphs of information here, and then more paragraphs that follow beyond that, they go down here. So you don't repeat the story brief, you just write the continuation. We'll do a quick example here. So I'm going to actually insert an image here so that it looks like, so let's write some text first. Let's just say, we talked about how to edit websites in ClubRunner. And on the story content, we can put in something like quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Some of you still remember this old typesetters joke. And we'll make that 2 paragraphs. There we go. Now, if you want to insert an image, there's this image button here. And this is where ClubRunner becomes funny, because it will now pop up a separate window that I need to switch to screen sharing to, but give me a second. So I can either just give it a website URL if I know where the image already is published, or I click on this Browse Server button. And that is where the second window pops up. You can't see that window right now, right?
No.
Yeah,
no.
That's what I thought. So I have to switch here to share this new window that popped up in front of the other one. And this is basically the Marble at Rotary Club image library. If I wanted to upload a new image, I would use the upload button first. But I'm simply going to use an existing image for, I don't know, supporting the environment. And when I double click that, it of course closed that particular window. So I have to go back to share this window now. And now I see a preview of this graphic that I've selected. And this is of course way too large, right? This is like 960 pixels wide. So on the home page, I really want to keep my images to, I don't know, 350 pixels is usually what we use here. So I'm going to say we're going to shrink this to 350 pixels width. And I'm going to create a little space around it. And then I'm going to align it to the left. That's usually what we do for homepage stories. And when I click OK, this is now automatically being placed here in my story. And now I can say, I don't know, we also talked about supporting the environment. It was a pretty cool meeting. Okay. So this is my, and you may want to make some of that text a little bit larger. I don't know. Maybe we have a little headline here. So I can pick this item and say this is going to be formatted as heading 3 style. So it's going to be bold and large and something like that. Sorry about that. And once I've written my story brief and my story content and have put up the title up here, I'm actually ready to publish this. And this time I'm actually going to publish it to the website so you see what it looks like. So I'm going to say save, and then it gives me the options. Where do I want to publish the story? I definitely want to have it on the home page. I also want to show it on the story list page so that when it scrolls off the homepage, people can later on still read it. And then if you use the e-bulletin function for your newsletter, you could also display it inside of a bulletin, but very few people do that. I know the district does that. So the weekly district newsletter is using this function, but I don't know that you're going to need it in your club. And so I'm going to just say confirm. And then we're going to look at this story as it appears now here on my admin interface. It's right here's the first story. And if I go over to the home page and hit the refresh button, there's our first story, right? It says ClubRunner website editing training. Test is shown as a bigger headline. There's some text, there's our image, and here's this read more button. So if I click on that, I now get to a special page that was created for me that has the top part of the story and then what was on story content underneath.
The images, can they come from anywhere, or do they have to be input into a special folder within ClubRunner?
So they can come from anywhere. So if you have the image already on another website, you can simply point to that image. Let me show you how this is done. I'm just gonna go to edit the story here. I'm gonna change this image just by double clicking at it. And I can insert here any URL where that image is may be residing, right? At the moment, it's pointing to our own server because I use the browse server button. But if I have an image, for example, on the RA website I want to reuse, now let's try that real quick. I'm going to go to the Rotary International website, and under our causes, they have very nice images here. That's a beautiful pot of clay. Maybe that's what I want to use. So I can go here and then I can say, open this image in a new tab. And there is our beautiful image, right? And now what I see up here on top is the address of that particular image. And so I can copy that address, go back to my editing window here, and for the URL, I can simply overwrite that with what I just found. And lo and behold, there's the image of the green clay pot. And again, I want to shrink it to be only 350 wide. And then I click on OK. And now we have this image right here, and it takes it straight from the RI website.
If you have images that you have collected from different club events, and they're on your hard drive.
Yep.
You simply use the browse. You simply browse to that particular folder on your hard drive and select the image you want there.
Yes and no. It's a two-step process. So you need to first let's insert another image in the story down here, right? You can have a second image down here. You would first click on the image button, and then you click Browse Server. This is where the other window pops up again. So I'm going to switch over to that other window. And this is your image library. And ClubRunner has a couple of built-in folders. So there's a couple of Rotary images that they already have preloaded for you. But what you typically work with is this folder called My Images. And here you go on to the upload button. And when you click that, you get another window that pops up, which is your, yeah, I can share that one, which is basically a file selection dialog that shows the content of your hard drive. And now you pick 3 or 4 images on your hard drive that you like. I'm actually going to pick one real quick from my picture directory. Give me 1 second. So I can show you what happens next. I'm sorry that this doesn't share automatically, but
were you looking at it?
Can you see it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. I wasn't sure if it was
no,
actually sharing
I can
that.
see it as well.
Okay, perfect. So let me see if I have some Star Trek images. There we go. I'm going to load this JPEG photo here. And now that's part of your image library. It's been added to the server now. And now you can post it in any story. So if you have sort of, I don't know, 20 or 30 images from a club event, you can load them all with the upload button into your image library. And then you can use them one after the other in your various stories.
So they have to go into the My Images folder.
Correct.
Before you can use them.
Correct.
Okay, so but you can take those from any source that you want.
Correct.
Put them in. Okay.
Yeah. Once they are stored on the My Images on the ClubRunner server, they can be used by anybody. So this Star Trek image is now on our Marblehead Rotary Club server. Now I can insert it into the story by just double-clicking it. That causes this window to disappear, and now I'm back in this other window. And here's this monster image with a width of 1980. So we're going to shrink that down to, I don't know, let's just say 600. And click on OK. And now in my detailed story, just make it a little bit larger. In my detailed story, here's this image of me somehow being part of the crew of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, because they had this photo op in Las Vegas at a Star Trek exhibition a few years ago. Oh, plenty of years ago, 20 years ago. Okay, that would explain it. Anyway, now that image is part of the story here, and I've made all these changes. I've put the clay pot here on the story brief. I have this image in the story content, and we're going to republish this. And if I go back to our homepage and scroll down, now you have the green clay pot here as the lead image with this story text unchanged. And if I click on read more, there's now the follow-on text of the content and this other image. That's pretty much everything about editing stories on the homepage. So let me go here and delete the story before anybody comes to our club website and goes like, what's going on? Help. Okay, delete it. We're gonna go to the homepage and hit refresh, and it's gone. We're back to Mother's Got Talent. Okay, that's pretty much the couple of most important things I wanted to show you sort of as a starting point. We covered the changing of the club address, the club meeting date and schedule. We covered changing the menu. We covered changing the stories on the homepage. We talked about events. Let me see what we forgot so far. Yes, if you have sort of a story that's pinned to the top, like we have the information about our president here on top and sort of what we do in Rotary, as well as our DEI commitment on top, I can show you where you can edit those. And that, I believe, is under the website designer. So it's on the website first, then website designer, and it's in this content section. The top menu we already talked about. So I click here on edit content. I now see that here on the main content of my page, I first have the president, then the diversity commitment, and then all the news stories. So if I wanted to edit information about the president, I would click here. And that's the information about our club president.
That's the information about him. What about who he is?
Well, that's automatic. If you go to organization and then executive and directors, you define who the various offices for the Rotary Club are for a particular year. So this is the current year. So we have Blair
so it
Lawrence
automatically picks up that particular piece.
It does.
Okay, because our website goes back, what, 2 years, 3 years, Liz?
Yeah, but it automatically did the president and stuff.
Right, but if you, the last time I looked at it, Tom was not showing up as president.
Well, let's go to the Amesbury Rotary Club.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Club directors and executive, President Tom Farrell, treasurer Tom Sulik. That's updated.
Yeah, that is. But what about the?
That's right here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, that's been updated then.
Yeah, we didn't do that. It's just automatic. Correct.
Yeah, that's driven by this club executive and directors tab, and that information is something that usually if you fill out information for the club directory that we publish as a district every year, and we see that you haven't updated it in here in ClubRunner, then we can update that from the district perspective.
Oh, okay.
So that's why this is typically always correct.
And what about okay, up under contact? Click on that if you would.
Yes.
Oh, that's still Judy. I don't know how to change that.
Okay, well, let's do that together then. I'm going to stop screen sharing. And maybe if you have the editing option, Liz, can you share your screen? Let me just give you screen sharing, right? So 1 second.
I'm on my iPad. Do you think it works
Ooh,
still
that's
like that?
gonna be tricky on the iPad.
Sorry.
I don't know. Let's give it a try.
I'm on a PC, so I can.
I don't. It's up to you. Do you want me to try it?
Hmm?
Do you want me to try it first and just see if it works?
Give it a try and see if it works.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll see.
All right. So I'm gonna. What am I doing? Hang on.
You have to log into ClubRunner first.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. Amesbury Rotary.
Oh, Alex, a question on ClubRunner. In
Yes.
order to work on to get to the website and work on it, do you need to have a certain level of authorization within ClubRunner?
Yes, you need to have site administration access level 30, which I verified that Liz already has. I don't know if you have it.
Site admin.
Yep, it's called level 30 site admin.
Unless you talked to Diane really recently, I don't think you do have that.
I had it at one time, but I probably don't have it because I'm not doing that kind of work anymore, or I haven't been.
Yeah, I can check it from the district website. Give me 1 second. I just have to log out of the Marblehead Rotary Club.
What the heck? It's saying I didn't have the right password. Hang on.
Liz, can you do a screen share?
I'm just trying to put in my password, but it's not letting me do it. Would you like to say this? I don't know why. Oh, wait a minute. Is my login my email or no? Maybe it's just my name. Sorry. I should have checked this before. I was just on it last week too. Oh, I think I got it. All right. Back to Zoom. Share screen. Where is that? I don't even have a button to share my, share content. There we go. Screen.
Yeah, Sandy, I checked in the meantime, and you only have club access level 70, which is regular member access. So you need to talk to, who was it, Diane?
Yeah, Diane Webster.
Yep, and ask her to give you level 30 site admin.
Can you see the website?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. So member area. And then
just go to website. The top menu, and then click website designer on the next line.
Okay.
And then click on edit menu.
Edit menu.
And then if you look at where it says contact, that's the one we want to change. Click the.
So do I click edit?
Yeah, click edit to the right of it.
Okay.
And now we know where this is pointing. It's pointing to a built-in page called Contact Us. Now we can change that page. So now you go to website content in the second level menu on top. And then go to expand where it says pages on the left side.
Pages on the left. Oh, yeah.
Yep, and there's two different kinds of pages. There's custom pages and site pages. And so we need to find where it is. I'm gonna bet it's on the custom pages. So click on custom pages. And then where it says view pages in, click on entire library.
We,
Sort of in the middle of your screen, yep.
I don't see that.
Nope, then it's not here. On the custom pages, then it's probably on the site pages. On the left side, can you click on site pages? And then entire library. Interesting, there's no contact us page.
what about on the left where it says built-in pages?
Oh, maybe that's where it is. Good idea. Let's try that. Yeah, wonderful. See, teamwork.
So view it.
Probably you need to click on properties.
For me, it's not letting
It's
me.
not letting you do that.
No. Let me.
Fascinating.
Should I click view and just see what it does?
Look at the last updates.
Yeah, it doesn't let me.
Yeah, but it's going to Judy automatically, and I don't want that to happen. This is good. I have not encountered this before.
But it doesn't, you can click on contact us, but it doesn't give you the ability to edit from this
Right.
page.
You can view it, you just
Yeah.
can't do it.
Let me try something. Give me a second, I don't know. Where this is going.
Because if this one page that's up here now had allowed you to edit all these categories, it would make it very simple.
Oh, that would be smart, right?
Oh, it would be ideal. You could edit events.
I think I found it.
Calendar.
I think I found it. On the left side, above built-in pages, there's a page that's called Getting Started.
Yeah.
And if you then scroll down, no. Okay, different place, sorry. On the second level menu, go back to Website Designer. Yes, and then go to Settings on the left sidebar.
Settings, yeah.
Where are you, Liz?
I'm here.
And then
Huh?
Getting Started. Now we got it.
And
Now
then,
if you scroll down a bit, on the
website
left,
contact.
exactly, it says Website Contact. That's where you can change it. Because that's the contact who will receive inquiries from the general contact form.
Please select contact.
Yeah, if you tap that, you should get a list of all the members, and then you can say, I don't know,
So
it should be
does
you,
it
it should be the
send their-
president.
it's Tom, but does it send
Tom
to his
Farrell.
personal
There you go.
email?
It sends to the one that he has specified in ClubRunner.
Okay.
And now if you go back to the website, it should have been changed. I hope so.
Yep.
There we go.
Yay.
One mystery solved.
I wonder if Judy's been getting any emails the last 2 years. I don't think anyone goes to our website. Okay, now what?
Is there anything else that you want to edit right now that we can do together?
Let me just look at our page. Well, we definitely need to edit the contact, but the meetings, but I think we can figure that out.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel good, Sandy.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a little playing on my part to get used to it. You've done it before, Liz, right?
I was just playing on it last week, but when I was playing on it, I didn't have the full access to it.
So we're both going to need to have level 30.
But yeah,
Correct.
now I got it. So just ask Diane. She's the one that can edit it.
Yeah, I'll send her an email.
And then, yeah, it's really, I mean, after changing the meeting time, I think we just need to focus on putting up new content and pictures.
Yep.
Right, and update the calendar and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you, Al.
absolutely. And if you run into any problems, I'm happy to maybe collect a list of questions, and then either we can do it via email or we can do a follow-up.
Okay.
To look into this.
Okay, great.
Cool. I wish I had done this a long time ago because this is kind of up my alley and it's been overdue for a long time.
Yeah, it sometimes happens that when the last person who did it doesn't pass the baton to the next person, then there's this gap where suddenly for 2 years the club website is out of date. And we have a similar problem in the Mother Rotary Club. We have a wonderful public image person who loves Facebook, and she puts content on Facebook all the time, and nobody puts it up on the club website. So every now and then I go into Facebook, grab 2 or 3 stories, and then post them to the website, just so the website also gets a refresh.
I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Like Julia seems like she's taken over our Facebook a little bit.
Okay.
And then we have somebody else working on the website. It just splits it up better.
Yeah, I think it's good to update both.
Yeah.
But you indicated that it's fairly easy to go into website, pick up the story, and move it over.
From Facebook? Yeah, it's basically copy paste of the text.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Facebook, you have a photo. You can just right click on the photo and save it to your computer. And then you go to upload and upload it to ClubRunner. So if the time consuming part about publicity is writing the content and having the photos.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have that on Facebook, copying it over to the website, I don't know, it takes me maybe 3-4 minutes to steal a story from Facebook and post it on the website. It takes a little bit longer from Instagram because Instagram isn't as friendly as letting you save the photos.
Or copy and paste.
Or copy and paste the text, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But from Facebook, it's very, very quick to put it on the website. And vice versa. If you have it on the website first, just creating a Facebook story from it is very quick too.
Cool.
But it's really best if it's a teamwork effort. If you have one person already working on Facebook, then just maybe one of you can grab the stories and put them on the website.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. Well, I hope this was
will you
helpful.
Copy us on the recording so
absolutely.
if we have questions we can review?
Of course. Happy to do that. Awesome. Well, let me stop the recording then. It'll stop anyway when the meeting is over, so we'll do that.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate your time on the weekend.
Absolutely. Happy to do it, and thank you also for making time.
Thank you, Alex. This has been really great.
Happy to help. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.